Everyone. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Come on in. Say hello. Come on in. Say hello. Come on in. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Is anybody following this trial of the century going on? Listen, it's funny to me because I already know it's not going anywhere. You're good. Hello. Good to know. Good to know. Good evening, Mr. Nuruddin Shalafalewa. You're doing amazing. Cutie MC1. That's good to know. Hello, Miss Eleanor Sanctuary. How are you? How are my babies? It's you know how long my day has been. Nah, you hats off to you because I know what you're dealing with. I don't want to be like you right now. Been there, done that. Not doing it anymore. But I'll tell you how long my day has been. So I went to Walmart, right? Y'all don't laugh. Went to Walmart. Went to get a few stuff that I needed. And then I got something else for TJ. See the life of a mom, right? Um, so I paid for my stuff, but I was more focused on what I needed to get for TJ. So I was like, okay, let me make sure this is in the cards, all that. Who's gonna help me, yada yada yada. And the stuff that I need for the house, like laundry stuff and down and all that. Y'all forgot it at the store. Yeah, forgot it at the store. Then and I always say, whenever I'm checking in and I see somebody's okay, we'll talk later. When I that's different. When I see someone, people, when I say someone left something, why would they? Hello, my son. SJ all the layer is on. Hello, my son. Let me bring it in to say hello. Hey, send me a friend request. Say hi to everybody. Real quick, kiddo. Pretty please. Pretty please. Because he's 19. They have to ask his permission now. Government says it's no, I wasn't going to drive back. I called them though, and they were gracious enough to let me know. Yes, you did leave it here. I was like, sometimes you don't know who you're going to meet. I'm like, no, we can't find it. They're gracious enough. Yes, you left it here, and my son is here. Let's say hello to my child. See who's gonna. If y'all haven't met my son, everybody knows TJ. Everybody knows but I have another child. And here he is. He's in college. Hello, my child. Let's see your handsome face. Come closer. Look at my son. Y'all, that's my oldest son, SJ. Bring your face forward. Because, I always say, here, let's see your face. Isn't he handsome? Hi, kiddo. Hey, how's your night? You miss your mama? The answer is yes. Anyway, thank you for stopping by.
Of course.
All righty. Love you, kid.
Okay.
That's my child. That's my child. That's my child. That's my child. So I got home. I didn't even realize it. It was when I was going to start laundry. When he, why not? Can you just say laughing? Because if you can't cry, you laugh. I was like, I'll be damned. It finally, hello, Miss Savannah, finally happened to me. Bought stuff in Walmart and completely forgot my entire bag. You would think the guy would have called me back, like, man. Although when I called, he says that I was like, yeah. Finally happened to me. All these years I've been going to Walmart. But I just could not go back. Like, no, I'm not doing it. I can hold on to it. But the Jabu means like, I'm going back for my stuff. Well, anyway, hi everyone. That's the story of how my day ended. This is Attorney Abisola. Oh no, listen, you gotta laugh. So now laundry has to wait. I have to go to because it's Walmart and my office is quite a commute. So I'm just gonna go to Walmart and buy everything again. So I just have extra. That's all. Life goes on. What can we do? Anyway, this is Attorney Abisola Atibola Olale Omobaba, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Got an immigration case. If it's a case that we can handle, we will certainly be happy to represent you. Just hit us up on your social media, call our office, WhatsApp, regular text 334-341-4475. We'll be very happy to help you out in your case. If you're just joining us for the first time, we do this every Tuesday and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and y'all figure out every other time zone, Mountain, Pacific, whatever it is. Y'all am I allowed to figure out because I went to law school, so I don't have to do math. But welcome if you're just joining for the first time. If you've got questions, I try to get us to as many questions as possible. Nothing specific to anyone's case, general information, but we all learn. We learn from one another, so it's a good space. And the most important part of it is that it's a positive space for all of us immigrants to come together and share victories and encouragement and information and all that good stuff. Anyway, please subscribe to YouTube channel, Olalaya Immigration. Share, like, follow. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, same handle at Olalaya Immigration. All right, let's talk immigration. Yeah, let's talk immigration. So, what we're talking about tonight. A lot of people have been talking. It's been a while we talked about VAWA. So let's talk about VAWA and the filing process. I get quite a number of questions. I get quite a number of consults about that. So let's just do a rundown of what to expect in the VAWA case. So if you don't know what a VAWA case is, so VAWA and the filing process, that's all we're talking about. Yes, please join live sessions on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to learn about immigration policy, Q&A sessions, and then sometimes we have just Q&A sessions for the whole night. So it is worth tuning in every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, if you are in a marriage that's not working, and not because someone just says they're not interested in getting married to you or staying married to you, that's not what VAWA is. VAWA is about you've actually been subjected to extreme cruelty, being either physical abuse or extreme cruelty, which includes immigration abuse, financial abuse, harassment, embarrassment, humiliation, name it, verbal abuse, all of that makes up extreme cruelty. Everything else that is not physical but rises to the level of extreme cruelty, that can become the basis for you to become a family self-petitioner, because a VAWA case is a family case. So rather than your spouse filing for you, you step into the shoes of the petitioning spouse, so you become your own petitioner and you also become your own beneficiary. That's that in a nutshell. What should you expect if you go through that process? The very first thing I want you to know is it is a confidential process, meaning that USCIS cannot share information about your VAWA case with your abusive spouse or anyone else outside of yourself or authorized accredited representative or your attorney. So that's why if you call USCIS to want to get information about a VAWA case on phone, they cannot give you that because it is a sealed case. You can't get that information. That's what that is about. So what should you expect? How does it start? What do you need to do? How long does it take? What can you file? What are your cases pending? First thing is you file an I-360. That is a VAWA petition based on or dependent on if your abusive spouse is a citizen or green card holder, will determine when you're able to file your green card application based on a pending VAWA case, right? So if your abusive spouse is a citizen, you can simultaneously file your I-485 green card application, work authorization, advance parole, all at the same time, because you don't have to wait for a visa number to become available. If your abusive spouse is a green card holder, on the other hand, you've got to make sure your priority date is current. The F2A category. that it is current, and meaning that USCIS is now working on cases filed about the time that you filed yours, and that makes you eligible to apply for your green card application. One good thing about that is, unlike a regular marriage case where if you're married to a green card holder and you're out of status, you cannot adjust in the country. In a VAWA case, that's the exemption is, even if your abusive spouse is a green card holder, you're still able to file your green card application and be exempt from the lawful presence. That's a huge thing. So once you do that, and now effective in April 1st, 2024, if you are filing a VAWA case and you're filing your green card application, I-485, work authorization, I-765, advanced parole, I-131, based on you being a VAWA petitioner, you're not paying filing fees for any of those. You're not paying filing fees at all, effective April 1st, 2024. That's, great news for VAWA petitioners because you've already been through a whole lot. So not having to deal with additional fees, that's great. USCIS government, yeah, but what is not taxing on this what's this Thursday. I think that's why I'm very, very salty this week, because because I had to pay taxes. Like, I wait to the very end. I am paying. There's no hurry to pay taxes back to Uncle Sam. All was America, so I wait to the very end to pay it. Anyway, so no filing fees if you're filing a VAWA case. What should you expect once you file? Once you file, USCIS, it goes to Nebraska Service Center. It's forwarded to the Vermont Service Center. Usually between, let's say, 2 months or about 7 months, you get your biometric scheduled. You get prima facie determination issued. That's not an approval. It just tells you that based on what you're seeing, your case is approvable. And between that time, or give or take, hitting about 8 months, you'll get your work authorization advanced for approved. Now, this is one important part of it, and I see this error all the time. If you intend to work while your VAWA case is pending, VAWA can take up to 3 years. And I'll get to that in a minute. But if you intend to work while that VAWA case is pending, you have to file your green card application. Because only when you file your green card application can you file for a C9 category work permit. A lot of people file a C31 category work permit when they submit their VAWA petition, even when they have a 485 pending. And then they go like, hey, I haven't received it's been 2 years. I've been waiting. I haven't received my work permit. The reason why you've been waiting for 2 years is because you cannot get a C31 work permit while your case is pending. A C31 work permit is only issued when your VAWA case has been approved, and it will be issued to you automatically if you check the box in your VAWA petition form. So if you want a work permit while your case is pending, you've got to select the C9 work permits for you to work. So if you've made that error and you're wondering why you haven't received your work permit, that's probably most likely that's the reason. Okay, so if I like you do your biometrics, and it's going to be a waiting game. This is the truth of the matter. This is a hard truth. A lot of people in a hurry, like my VAWA case has been pending 2 years, pending 3 years. It is because right now, if you go on USCIS Processing Times website, they're averaging 39 months on the VAWA petition, not the whole case, just the I-360 itself. They're averaging 39 months to process and adjudicate the I-360. What does that mean? That basically means that, and like I said earlier on, it takes 3 years. The part that takes 3 years is the I-360 petition itself. That's what takes 3 years. When the I-360 has now been adjudicated, Vermont Service Center forwards your file to the National Benefit Center. National Benefit Center decides whether or not they're going to schedule your case for interview. If they decide to schedule so they forward your file, and then that is when your 485 now begins to be adjudicated. 485 is just sitting there so you can get your work permit, advanced parole, and life continues while the VAWA case is pending. But that 3 years is just for the I-360. That gets approved. They forward your file to the National Benefit Center. They decide if they're going to schedule for an interview. If they decide to do that, then they forward your file to the field office that's got jurisdiction over your case. If they decide not to schedule you for an interview, then if there's anything lacking, for instance, you haven't submitted your what's it called, medicals, they're sending RFE for that. I'm seeing another thing I'm seeing recently, which is very, very rarely done. I'm seeing some field offices issue RFEs for Form I-864W. What is that? That basically is an exemption form, because normally if you're doing a regular marriage case, your petitioning spouse has to file an affidavit of support I-864. Some field offices will ask you for I-864W, meaning you're basically filing a waiver saying you were exempt from having someone file an affidavit of support for you based on being a VAWA self-petitioner. Very rarely does that happen. I can count, in almost 10 years of doing this work, I can count on one hand how many times we've had an RFE for I-864W. It rarely doesn't happen, but just know that it happens. So once that is done, then if you're going to be scheduled for an interview, then, hopefully everything goes well. If you're going to have an interview waived and yet there's nothing missing, or you've responded to your RFE, then the next thing is to expect your green card in the mail. Keep in mind, it is important to know that just be not to use Rooney, because you may be on it for 3-4 years. That's just the thing. It gives you the autonomy and the freedom of being your own self-petitioner. But the drawback to that, quote unquote drawback to that, is it's a much lengthier process compared to a regular marriage case. But it has been a saving grace for so many people that were, in marriages that was just some marriages just like you're better off. I don't know what I was going to say. But anyway, you get the point. So I know it's quite a bit, and everyone is like, okay, I've got my biometrics. How soon will I get my green card? It doesn't work that way. When it comes to VAWA cases, the green card is just sitting there. Green card application I-45 is just sitting there. They have to deal with the VAWA petition itself first. That's the most important part, because if they do not approve that, then there's no approval of a green card based on a VAWA case. So that's what's important in a VAWA case. Now, if you've got minor children or under the age of 21, they also, based on your VAWA petition, are able to file their green card applications. And so you don't have to have someone file I-130 for your kids separately. And no, everyone is just going to be dependent on that sole I-360 you filed. And as long as they're unmarried under the age of 21, they will qualify as derivative beneficiaries and be able to file their own I-45 work authorization, all that based on your VAWA petition. So that's that in a nutshell, people. That's VAWA 101. That's it. Any question? That's it. All right, let's get to questions. So hope that helped to put things in perspective, so that if you are wondering why is it taking so long, and what is the average time that I've seen in my firm, based on our experience, I've had a VAWA case, but VAWA case, I mean the petition, approved in as little as 5 months. And I've had one go as long as 4 years. I am one that I would attempt, obviously, that's going to be additional legal fees. But if you've got a basis for us to attempt to ask them to expedite, I will attempt it. There was a case we asked to expedite, and I had to do it 3 times. The first 2 times they denied it, and the third time they say it's a charm, and the third time it was approved, and shortly after the VAWA case was approved. So sometimes you may have a ground to expedite your VAWA petition. If you have an attorney on your case, it's a lot easier to do that, because all we do is send an email to them. There's an email address dedicated to the attorney, so it makes it a lot easier. If you do not have an attorney in your case, then you've got to send them, a hard copy letter requesting to expedite with proof that it is you, because you got to verify your information and verify your identity as well. So just know that it gives you freedom. It is, you don't have to depend on someone, but be prepared that it's going to take a while. And that's just the reality of the matter. Okay. That's all she wrote. That's it. That's it, people. Okay. Questions. Let me start on Instagram today, because I'm already starting on TikTok and all that. Hey, TikTok family. Let's start on Instagram today. everybody. You're doing amazing, good. Miss in the sanctuary. God is your strength. Let me know what happened. Hope everything is okay. 4 hours, like waiting for the doctor, or hello, Mr. Bankoli, how are you? Oh no, I didn't go back to get. I was too tired now, and it's quite a bit of distance from my home. Like, but the good thing, at least they. What was the name of the lady? Okay, I'm supposed to ask for somebody when I go, because you better believe I'm going back. Y'all already know I'm a happy devil. I ain't gonna leave my. No, it's not happening. We're going back for it. Going back to get it. Okay, so let's see. Real midday, Josh. Good evening. How are you? Good evening, Mr. Dana. Is that my first son? Yes, that's my first child. My child. Whenever I said that's my child, his dad was like, "Valeria, yes, it's me. That will be me. That's my firstborn child." And my kids are like, they don't even react anymore when I'm like in my feelings. I'm like, okay. One of my also my oldest, he goes, and like, you do know that when you start dating, your girlfriend has to meet you. Got to like she got to meet your mama first, so you know. Because I already know. Because I'm just saying. I mean, she gotta prep her like, hey, before we take this too seriously, there's someone you need to meet. Let's see how that's gonna work. Because if that doesn't work, I'm all over my sons. Yeah, don't like it, keep it moving. That's it. That's it. Can you give a close amount to what you charge for VAWA now? The humanitarian filing fees are free. No, I cannot. I don't have. Everybody's case is different. Let's see. But the good thing is you're not paying filing fees, so it's a big deal. I have a 2-year green card. I have a 2-year green card. I'm assuming you mean, do I still need my spouse to get my 10-year green card? If you're going to be filing jointly, yes. If you're going to be filing a self-petition based on divorce, abuse, death, hopefully I'm not saying, I'm just telling you what the options are, or extreme hardship, then you don't need your spouse for any of those waiver is what it's called, self-petition grounds. And if you're going to be filing a self-petition for the 751, you're not required to wait the 2 years. You can literally file the 751 the next day you get your 2-year green card if you are filing a self-petition. So divorce, abuse, hardship, death, you can file the 751 at any time after you get a 2-year green card. Okay, let's see. And yes, just so you know, we represent immigration clients in all 50 states. It doesn't matter what state you live in, because immigration is federal practice. That means I can represent you regardless of the state you live in. So don't let that be a deterrent to you. Okay. The more you know. Waiting for that answer. Okay. How long does it take USCIS to decide on national interest waiver petition for regular processing? Anything about how long, please go on USCIS.gov processing times. But I tell you, in my firm, we see anywhere from 4 months to about 7 months, give or take, on the regular without the premium processing. Hello, Ms. Aminat. How are you? I know what to expect. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. Getting prima facie 3 times now is actually a good indicator. So let's address that. Prima facie determination is good. Don't get me wrong. It's exciting to get it. It gives me assurance that, okay, they have done an initial review and the cases are provable as is. And it allows you to now apply for benefits, Medicaid, housing, FAFSA, all of that good stuff, right? However, you getting prima facie determination is not a determinant on whether or not your case is going to be approved, because they're going to now have an in-depth review of your case and dissect all the requirements one after the other, making sure that you have satisfied all the requirements. And so let me put it this way: the fact that you get prima facie determination doesn't mean your case this doesn't guarantee an approval of your case. So you're going to keep getting prima facie determination up until when your case is approved. So the fact that you're getting it 3 times it doesn't lean either way. It's just saying that they haven't made a decision on your case and you still qualified, or you're still regarded as a qualified alien, so you can continue applying for those benefits while we make a decision on your case. Does one need to go through the recruitment stage for perm if the beneficiary is a nurse in Nigeria? It doesn't matter where the person is. That's the requirement. Because the whole point of perm is saying that you've already tried to hire American citizens and you were not able to. Do you accept payment plan? Yes, we have payment plan options. We do. Okay, let's do Facebook. Hey, Callie, Miss Mary, Lewa. Is she? Hello, Mr. Joel. I've already sent you like 3 emails. I haven't heard back from you. I already sent you your record like 3 times or thereabout. Check your email. I've sent you at least 2 emails with your record. Nothing from you. Hello, Miss Murther. How are you? Thank you. Thank you, Miss Aveda. Thanks for joining, everyone. Kindly like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That will be very much appreciated. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. In the VAWA, the work authorization for second time or extended work permit, is it free? I'm assuming you mean, is it free? Yes, anything related to VAWA, either initial work permit, initial advanced parole, renewal, as long as it's VAWA based, there is no longer a fee. I applied for VAWA work authorization, was approved. I see what they say from the 12th. They posted it and I have not got it yet. How long I have to wait? I can't answer that question. That's left to the post office to decide. Okay. Hello, Mr. Adibawo. Shalafian. I have a green card through VAWA. I had a previous asylum case where I was put in removal proceedings. Case was administratively closed. Will I have to turn in my asylum? I would say definitely you want to make sure. I'll be surprised if it has not been. I'm surprised you actually got a green card, unless you had already filed that. But still, U.S. DOR should have had jurisdiction over your case. There's got to be something more to the facts of your case than what you're saying. But for all that is worth, yes, it will be best for you to have that terminated if it has not been. And which I said, I would be surprised if it's not been terminated yet. Hello, Miss Onome, how are you? Is it compulsory to divorce before filing a 10-year green card based on abuse? No. Mr. Joe, I sent you, and I can forward those emails again, but the link is probably expired, so I'm going to have to resend it to you. So send me an email. I already sent you your record like twice. At the very least, I know for sure. I didn't hear back from you. So no, you're not required to get divorced to file a 751 abuse waiver. You're not required to even stop living together. You can still live with the person. That doesn't make any difference. So, but they just would not know. That's it. Hello, Miss Esther. How are you? Okay. All righty. All right, let's go. If I can make it short, man, that'd be great because mine it's been quite a day. Thank you, Miss Shakila. I appreciate that. Do I want a boyfriend? Do you want trouble? I'm just messing with you, but maybe not. because judging more well. Like, auntie here, well, we want to ask questions, so please can I call you? You can call my office. Our number is 334-341-4475, and you will be they'll be able to help you out if you need to discuss an immigration case. They will be able to give you information as far as how to schedule a paid consultation. My brother filed an alien case for me. My alien case makes it sound somehow. Since 2004. 2004 should have had the green card by now. I need to charge this phone. Okay. Charger. Hey T. When you're done, can you give me a charger, please? Well, let me see if I can charge this for one second now. I'm trying to get a charger because I think I may. What can I do, boy? Don't break my door. Do you pay the mortgage in this house? You're gonna break my door and you ain't gonna get money. You ain't gonna job nothing. I just feel what she looking. Can you give me a charger, please? Like, go to go to my nightstand, and there's gonna be a charger with a head so that you can help me plug it in there or there. All right. Before my phone dies. So 2004, that's 20 years already. That's 20 years already. I'm surprised that your case is still ongoing after 20. My son was born in 2004. It's going to be 20 this December. Are you sure it's not 10 years? Even if it was 10 years, that would have been 2014. Check with your brother, make sure that petition is still valid. Asylum with deportation order, I-360 approved. Please tell me what you do now for green card. Sit down with the lawyers, what you need to do. No, I needed to help me put it in. Hold on. Can you put it there and see? I think it should be. Wait. Click it. Just 1 second, people. TJ, go charge it there.
Right here?
Yeah. Can you get there? Thank you. Okay. There we go. We're good. Okay, good. So sit down with a lawyer to do that. That's what you need to do. Hello, Miss Delia. How are you? Okay, the same person. Is it safe to travel out of the US without proof AP? It's still the same thing I always say. It's not like it's not safe. Talk to your lawyer first, but I cannot tell you whether or not to travel. But if you do not have anything outside of, as long as it's just overstaying, there shouldn't be any problem. But if you got a conviction, you've got a pending case, anything else in your record, that's something you want to discuss with your lawyer. So I cannot tell you. No, I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah, go ahead and travel now. It's not going to happen. If you're my client, yes, that's different. So, do you do U visas? I don't do that anymore. If your wife is a green card holder and wants to file for spouse living here in the U.S., is that possible? Your wife can file the I-130. I guess your question really is, will you be able to file a green card based on that I-130? And the answer to that, it will depend on if you are in a valid status. If you've overstayed, then you would not be eligible to apply for your green card in the country. You would have to leave if you've overstayed for more than 180 days where you've not triggered at least a 3-year permanent bar. You would need a waiver of the unlawful presence before you leave. I'm 29 years old on B1 visa in the U.S. Can my LPR mom file for me? Your LPR mom, as long as you're unmarried, your LPR mom can file for you. But the fact that your LPR mom can file for you, which there's going to be a waiting period before that petition gets approved. The question is, are you going to still be in a valid non-immigrant status up until when you become eligible to apply for the green card? So that's what really matters. It's not about the petition. Anyone can file a petition for you, whether you're here or outside the United States, it doesn't matter. What matters is, are you eligible to apply for a green card based on your status? So that's really the question you need to answer. Should I be worried about having an RFE on what? Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so I can see. I didn't mess that. Okay, better. Okay. How long is asylum interview taking these days? 250 years. That's not because it's the truth. It is crazy what is going on with asylum interview. I'm telling you. Let me see. 1 second, people. Okay, sorry. I think I posted that. It's taking. That's why a lot of people are looking for alternatives. A lot of people are looking for alternatives as far as what to do rather than waiting for the interview to be scheduled in asylum cases. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Green card. Diane Braid says green card was approved today. Interview wave. Congratulations. That's one of the things I love about this platform when we come together, because you're able to. Let's see if I lost one of my likes. Y'all can tell that today is an interesting day. Let me make sure. Okay. All right. Congratulations, Diane Braids. We rejoice. This is one of the things that I love, just being able to rejoice and share testimonies. There's nothing like it. I can imagine, only imagine. Well, I know I can imagine. I know what it feels like, because being there, done that, it is a great feeling. So congrats. Everyone send congratulations to Diane. All the best. And I pray that it's going to be the beginning of many, many blessings to come. Okay. Can I be worried for RFE on my I-130 for my child? Why would you worry if you haven't received it? Receive the RFE first and see what it is before you worry about it, right? Okay. I'm in the process to file for my son. He is in Cameroon. So what is your question? I called your office today wanting to know the procedure to getting someone from the United States. To the United States. I'm sure you would have been given the information to schedule a consultation. So that would be the procedure. You would have to schedule a paid consultation to discuss that. So, but generally it's either, so general information, disclaimer, general information, that's all I can give you here, which is basically either if it's a fiancé visa, you file for them. If it's a spousal visa, depending on the relationship you have and what with the person. So is the employment-based green card for F1 only for those studying a particular degree or any degree? Well, employment-based green card is, they're different categories. So it would depend on what you are studying and what category you fall. There's EB1, there's EB2, there's EB3, there's EB4. So it's different degrees, different categories, depending on what you qualify for. They finally reached out to the lawyer. They finally reached out on the April. I think I know where you are. They finally reached out to the lawyer and they approved it for expedite. Okay, so Mikey, is this you? How do I put this without? Is this you in the UK? No, in Canada. Is this you in Canada? Yes, if you said it, then I know who that is. I've been waiting for my work permit since last year, and the current one expired. What to do? What is the category? What based on what? And if you have a reason to ask them to expedite, you can always reach out for them to expedite. But based on what? Okay, awesome. That is amazing news. That is good. So there's movement now. Okay, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Hopefully something gives where you're able to have some resolution, right? God willing. Reading for you. I hope the next time I hear from you, that would be excellent. Just keep me posted. I can't even wait. Can you please answer this, please? Okay, what is the please? Divorced 3 years ago. Is there something that I can still do to get VAWA? No, divorce has to be 2 years or less. Under 2 years, no more than 2 years. My green card extension expires next month. What should I do? You have to schedule an in-person appointment with USCIS to get a nice 551 stamp in your passport. A friend, here we go with the friends again. A friend that's a U.S. resident filed for kids in Niger since July 2000. I'm just wondering, how do y'all have so much information about it? Because I don't have friends like that give me that much information. I'm just saying. A friend that's a U.S. resident filed for kids in Niger since July 2022, and no interview call yet. Okay, so what's the question? What's your friend's question? What happens when you adjust status with DV lottery with a pending asylum but came with a B1 visa? If you're eligible to adjust and you're still in valid status, once you get a green card and you've already gotten your green card, ask them to redraw the asylum application. That's it. Okay. Chef Karen John. Hi, welcome. First time here. Can we talk privately? We can talk privately, but you have to pay to do that. So if you need to schedule a consultation, it's 30 minutes, 130, 210, 45 minutes, 250 an hour. So that's how we can talk privately. How much trouble can I give? Don't be fooled by the smile. Don't be fooled by the smile. Don't be fooled by the smile. Just saying. Don't be fooled by the smile. Hopefully they'll send the reports to you. That would be Mikey. That would be great. That would be excellent. I'm reading for you. Like we're alone. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I've done all of that. Been waiting for my EAD 6 months now. I filed for EB2 and my date is current. What to do? What EAD did you file for? If your date is just current, I'm not following. The visa was approved at the interview. The status changed from issue to administrative processing. So what's your question? Can someone be a joint sponsor if they only have the current W-2 and transcript? What do you mean the current? What do you mean current W-2? Current in what sense? 2023? What do you mean? How long after marriage to a U.S. citizen can you start filing for green card? There's no amount of time for you to wait. People always think you have to wait a certain amount of time. Let me say this. You're waiting. There are people who wait 5 years and your USCIS still decides it was a sham marriage. So it's not about how long you're waiting after a marriage. And it's not about just the evidence you gather after you get married. Your evidence starts from before you get married. Your history of dating is part of your bona fide evidence. So if you have, you've been dating, you've had vacations together, even though you don't have all the insurance and health and joint account and lease agreement, photos tell tell a big part of your story. So that's something I always tell people, tell your story even before you, because it's things. What was your intention at the inception of your marriage? So there's no time frame to wait before you file. As long as you have bona fide. And then once you get married and you file, you're able to get your work permit. You're able to get social security card number, and then you're able to get on your spouse's lease and bank accounts. Things start to fall into place for you. So, I love your hairstyle. Thank you. So there's no set time. Okay. Okay, can someone be a joint sponsor if they have the 2023 W-2 and transfer? Yes. So are people always think that you have to submit taxes for the last 3 years? No, there's no requirement to do that. You have the option to submit your taxes for the last 3 years as the joint sponsor or joint sponsor. But what matters is you submitting the tax returns or tax transcript for the most recent year, as well as the W-2s. That's what matters. So if they have the 2023 taxes, a transcript, W-2s, recent pay stub, that's basically what you need. Do you have any idea when the visa bulletin for EB3 will be current? We're all praying and hoping. You have no idea. I've got about 35, I think the last time we counted, 35 approved NIW cases that we're still waiting on since last year. It's just stuck in February 2023. So, and based on their projection, they're saying that there may not be much traction when it comes to employment-based categories. We'll see. What was your undergrad major? What's my undergrad major? Law. I went to law school in Nigeria. So you from Nigeria, you don't do a major and then go to law. No, you start from, under level, you do the regular, still law, but you do a whole lot of sociology or other crazy stuff. But then 200 level, you're into law. You start in university law, and it's 5 years, right? It's 5 years in law faculty of, I think it's 5. Yes, 5 years. And then you now go to law school. So that's how it is in Nigeria, where I went to school. Okay. Okay. My friend, your friend received a message called TFR, and that it increased the automatic extension period of EAD renewal from 180 days to 140 days. Meanwhile, he has never been issued an EAD. Can you please enlighten? I cannot enlighten because I have no clue what your friend is talking about. So if your friend wants to give us more information, then, but USCIS is going back to the 540 days extension again for EADs that you file. I think it was starting April 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So if your friend has more information to share that I can answer the question on that basis, then let your friend share. Okay. All right. So how long will it take after VAWA I-130 is approved for children? What do you mean VAWA I-130? There's no VAWA. You mean VAWA I-360? How long will what take? How long will what take? Miss Diane, everybody's saying congratulations. Okay, if notice dependent notice for children of abused spouse was not received after VAWA approval, notice what can one do? If your children are here, then I won't worry much because you've got the approval notice, they're here. You can file a 485 based on that. Where I worry is, or where I need that to be part of what we need to use in the case is if the child is in the home country and we've got to do an I-824 so that they can notify the MVC for the child to follow to join, then I need, for me, some attorneys to tell you you can still do your I-824 without it. I just feel, see, I bugged them down in the VAWA office. We just did it recently for one of my clients, Miss P, where we had to, we didn't get that with this, so I had to email. What that stuff me my email or more. That's persistence right there. Like I will bug them down till they tell me, Auntie, we don't want to hear from you anymore. So that's what we did, and finally got it. They issued an amended approval notice. So now we're doing that. That's just the way I prefer to do it. So that's what I would recommend. If you're talking about the kids being outside the country, then contact them and say, hey, I need an amended approval notice, yada, yada, yada. If you're here, I won't worry much about it because they're already here. Hello, Olusola, how are you? Okay. All right. Let's wrap this up. Is it advisable for F-form visa that failed to finish his program to apply for asylum, or what kind of visa can he apply for? That can be an option. General information, I'm not saying that's what you need to do, but that can be an option. That could be, and I'm sure definitely you've been here more than a year, so you may be able to say that that was a change in your personal circumstances because you couldn't afford to keep going to school, but you're afraid to go back home, and that's why you're filing now, and you're filing within a reasonable time of you being out of F1 status. So that can be an option. Let's stop telling this phrase, Miss Abina. RFE for ID in VAWA. What is ID? Do you mean initial evidence, or what is ID? I don't know what ID is. What could that mean? I don't know what. It's a risk friendly phrase. Hello, Epic Movements. I called you, but I sent you an email to answer your question or to address your concern. Let me put it that way. How are you? How was your trip? Do I need to get the affidavit for my customer marriage back in Nigeria before I proceed to remarry here? Or can I get the affidavit when I'm ready to file my papers in? So I'm not sure why you need to get an affidavit from Nigeria. You just tell your the oldest person in your family, whoever, and your ex-husband's or your ex-wife's family, write an affidavit, you jot that they want everything. Edward, I want everything bad me. So end of story. Don't, even broke, don't fix it. That's where it stays. So that's all you need. So there's nothing to be getting from Nigeria. You do an affidavit to sign and put copies of the IDs. That's what you need. Don't complicate things that don't have to be complicated. Oh, okay. No. Epic Movements. It's not even taking it serious. No, they were actually doing you a favor because you don't want to have a problem with getting on the plane. So when it expires, you still need the same card. You need that expired card, but the original that we mailed you, you need that together. So original extension notice and the expired card hand in hand is how you're going to continue living your life. So he actually was doing you a favor to know that if you didn't have the extension with you, the next time you do, most likely next time you travel, it will be expired, and we would ask you for that extension notice. So they probably didn't bug you this time around because it's still not expired. But the next time they would expect to see that notice. So it's actually good for you because they're making you understand that that's what they would expect the next time, if it has expired before then. So it was actually good for you, not to make you afraid. So travel away. And I can tell you that because you're my client. Because I know the case I did the case so, but I can't even know I can tell you. Hello, Miss Peggy. Okay. Call me. I've already answered that question. My husband is in another state working. Will it affect my citizenship application? Married for 3 years. Your citizen application is not based on you being married for 3 years. Your citizen application for 3 years is you being a green card holder for 3 years and being in marital union to that U.S. citizen. So it's not citizenship is not based on how long you've been married. Citizenship is based on how long you've been a green card for. The 3 years is have you been in a green card holder for 3 years and in marital union with a citizen. 5 years is if that doesn't apply to you, then have you been a green card holder for 5 years. It has nothing to do with the length of your marriage. The difference. Okay. So to answer your question, as long as you're able to show that there's still marital union and he's just working and he comes home, that's what they want to see. 250. I mean, that's what we're seeing. That's really a asylum case. Okay, it is what it is. Okay. Can I file for work authorization, Social Security, and travel parole only? Based on what? Based on what? I mean, you've got to base it on something. RFP for ID identity verification, VAWA. What could that mean? It means you have to sit down with the lawyer to show them what it is that you're talking about, because I have no clue what this you could be talking about. So if you don't have a lawyer in your case, sit down with your lawyer and discuss that. Now, love your explanations. Thank you. I try. Because, I used to be a adjunct professor. I used to teach. I love teaching. I really do. But I had to leave that because it was too much. It was just too much. Based on being married for less than 3 months. Yeah, based on being married, is your spouse filing for you? I mean, you've got to file your work permit based on what? What is the immigration benefit that you're going to be basing it off? What do you qualify for? What is it that you're filing? Can you please explain what the 5-year rule is? Okay, we gotta go. When you get your green card through marriage and now divorce and want to file for a new spouse, is it a new spouse or the spouse that that story? I love my visa and then I take divorce. So, but I want to see you as I want your kill. It can be able to reconcile. But somehow, they make it work so everybody love on their own. And then somebody has the green card and now citizenship and like, so reconciliation, will work after like 10 years. Just saying. But if that's the case, the rule on that is if you get your green card through marriage, generally you cannot file for, so not like you can't remarry, but you cannot sponsor, you can be a sponsor, an immigrant visa sponsor for someone else, file for marriage and sponsor a new spouse if you got your green card through marriage and it's been less than 5 years. The only exception to that is, or two things. Number one, you become a citizen, or you're ready to prove that the marriage you got your green card through was a genuine marriage, in addition to proving that the person that you're filing for, you're in a bona fide. So you're going to be proving your previous marriage that you got your green card through all over again, in addition to proving good faith in the marriage to the person you're sponsoring. So it's always best to just wait till you become a citizen or you've had your green card for 5 years. So that's that in a nutshell. What best advice can you give to an international student from Nigeria, currently a master's student, when it comes to green card? It's to consult with a lawyer and see what options you have. My spouse is a United States citizen, and I would like to wait for 2 years before filing for my green card so I can get a 10 years. So you're saying that if you, instead of rather than filing, you want to see if there's an option to apply for work permit without having to file, without your spouse having to file for you. If you're looking for that through marriage, no. if you're looking to do, if you qualify for asylum and you can still file, yes. But if you're not in status, then those really will be your limited options. Okay, so that's a 5-year rule. Okay. All right. That's it, people. That's all the time. Yeah, that's I just answered your question. Please check your email. Okay. I'll check my email. A case for the client, and after immigration receipt, previous 5 years have passed with no response. What would you in the case? Then it will be time to tell my client to file to sue USCIS. Because if we've done ombudsman inquiry, we've done a demand letter, we've done e-service request and all that, congressional assistance, and nothing yields, it's time to sue USCIS. That's it. There's no other way. That's it. ERD expired through VAWA. No automatic renewal. Lawyer filed for renewal, but said he cannot expedite the renewal. What can you do? You can expedite anything. The question is, you have grounds to expedite, but if your lawyer knows your case best. So if you're not going to expedite, then you just gotta wait. Okay. All righty, people. So I think what we'll do is, I've been married for 5 years and have my 10 years for 3 years. Cannot apply for citizenship based on what? Being still in a marital union and with a citizen, or if you're divorced, then the fact that you've had your green card for 3 years. If you're divorced or no longer married a union, then you've got to wait 2 more years. You travel out of the U.S. if you have 2 years. You have 2 DUI. The last one was in 2022. I'm not even going to touch that at all. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Blessed one, bring me up. Okay, what are you? Where's your question though? Blessed one. Can you take over my case? I have an interview in Juarez, but I have so many questions. I can't tell you if I'm going to take over your case. But what I would say is, if you've got so many questions, please make sure you sit down with a lawyer and have those questions answered. I'll tell you, like, if I have a consultation with you and you say, okay, let's go ahead and start a case. If you have 2-3 more questions, we ain't starting nothing until you have all the questions answered. And that means you're going to schedule another consultation. You're going to have, I hate to get in the case and we're still trying to figure out something. Now you have questions as we go, but please understand you've got to have those questions. Everybody's on the same page when we start. All right, people, I got married this year. Do we need to file 2023 taxes as married? You haven't filed your taxes? Like, I thought everybody was supposed to have filed taxes. Well, I paid what I owed and did an extension but I thought everybody was supposed, unless you filed an extension. But I would say if you got married this year, there's no reason you have to file your 2023 taxes as married because you weren't married last year. So 2024 taxes when you file next year, yes. But 2023 you were single, so you don't even qualify for married because you're not married as of December 31st, 2023. Okay. All right, people. Hello, Miss Tavia. How are you? Thank you. So fire. I appreciate that. Seems to be best. Oh, Miss Amina. Do you know any good F1 lawyer? I don't. Okay. Thank you. All righty. So, this is coming up again. All right, people. It's been a long week. I'm telling you. Can I get a green card if my petitioner dies? 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. It will look for Eve. Mr. John. Why we? Anyway, to answer your question, if a petitioner dies while your case is pending, it automatically converts to a widower's petition. But obviously, you're going to have to notify USCIS. I didn't see that coming. Is it advisable to call USCIS office after 90 days of responding to RFE, even though you have a lawyer? Who says they have to make a decision after 90 days that you respond to your RFE? If you call the office, and I don't, it just depends on the case. For instance, if my client like, hey, I need to contact, because obviously your lawyer can call all the time. There's some weeks that I devoted, like this week was one of those weeks that I devoted that I've got to, take care of some calls and to USCIS. God knows how many times I've called them this week, because that was me this week. But sometimes a client wants to get more information. I always say, keep in mind, if you keep calling repeatedly, you're going to even cause even additional delay to your case. But if there's no reason to call, there's nothing that says they have to adjudicate your case because you sent in an RFE and it's been 90 days. Where did you get that law from? If your lawyer knows that you're going to call, that's fine. But if you're doing it and your lawyer doesn't know and you're doing it against their advice, they may tell you they're going to get off your case. So, just know that you're communicating with your lawyer before you do what you're doing. That's all. But anyway, do you know any good attorney in Texas? I do not. Anyway, so all right, I think I'm asking you a question. Thank you always, everyone, for joining. I really do appreciate that. And we rejoice with Miss Diane Brace today. Congratulations on getting your green card, especially for you said interview was waived. Nothing better than that. And for those who are still waiting on God, it's going to be news of joy. Ms. Mackey and I met, was it this week or last week, about something she had been waiting on, and lo and behold, God, and I think we said we agreed in faith. There's the power of faith is huge. You cannot underestimate just putting your faith in God. And Miss Stacy, and one of my clients, we talked earlier today, talking about her journey and how she met me. And she had actually decided that she was going to contact my firm after almost losing hope. And the same day she decided she was going to contact my firm, somebody forwarded my one of my videos to her on the same day. So for her, she said that was a confirmation that, okay, we're supposed to work together. One of the things we've been able to achieve together is getting her out of immigration court. Her journey is not over yet, but I know it's going to end in praise. There's no promise that it's not going to be filled with thorns along the way, and trying to maneuver things and trying to overcome what seems to be insurmountable. But as long as we keep our eyes set on God, everything else is going to be a distraction. But as long as our focus remains on God, then we can overcome everything. We can overcome it all, because He is able to do exceedingly abundantly beyond what we can ever ask or think. And as long as we know it's not any power of our own that we have, it's going to work out in the end eventually. Just keep believing, because there's nothing. What else do we have besides just keep believing, keep hoping that the same God that has done it for Miss Diane, that has done it for Miss 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, who's one of my clients that has been on this since 2019, finally has a green card approved. The same God that has done it for so many of us in the sanctuary, and is still the same God who sits upon the throne of grace, and will do it for everybody else. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next week.